What is up, guys? Welcome back to Hello World. In today's video, we will be covering data types and variables. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below, as I will be reading all comments posted in any of my videos. Now let's get into the content. First, what are data types? Data types are keywords that define the type of any data, as the name suggests. These are used anywhere from defining a variable to receiving parameters in methods, as we saw in an earlier video. Now, we're going to go through what we call primitive data types. These are predefined data types hard-coded into Java. Generally, whenever possible, it's better to use these primitives because they are faster and smaller storage-wise than wrapper classes, which are the other types of data types. And we'll talk about these wrapper classes right after we cover primitives. First, we have int, which is short for integer. An int in Java represents any data consisting of a whole number between -2 to the 31st and +2 to the 31st minus 1. It takes up 32 bits of storage, which can come in handy when making large programs that need to optimize space. Other primitives like byte, short, and long function just like int, but with varying sizes to suit optimization. Similarly, if you need to have decimals in your number, you can choose between double and float. Float only uses 32 bits, while double uses 64. I personally tend to use double more, but that isn't of any importance. Both do the same thing, just with two different sizes and ranges. The last two primitive data types are simple: Boolean and Char. Boolean stores a true or false value, and Char stores any single character. Boolean uses 1 bit of storage, and Char uses 16 bits. All numerical data types have a default value of 0, Boolean has a default value of false, and anything else will generally have a default value of null. That's pretty much it for primitives, but I also mentioned another form of data type, wrapper classes. Basically, these wrapper classes aren't actually data types, but objects that data can be converted into. This might not make much sense right now, but as you get more familiar with Java and object-oriented programming, it will start to click. There are actually many perfectly logical reasons why someone might want to convert a data type into an object. One of them being that those objects have special methods that can come in handy when programming. But let's not get too far into that rabbit hole yet. For this video, the only wrapper class I'll talk about is string, which is basically just text. In reality though, string is an object made of a bunch of char data types, which are characters, as I said earlier, with each character combining to form a piece of text. If you recall our Hello World code from a couple videos ago, we printed out a string object containing the words Hello World. The quotes define what's included in a string. One last concept before we wrap up this video: variables. If you've hit puberty, you're no doubt familiar with these from math class. You know, X marks the spot, but it's math. Yeah, it turns out even a treasure hunt can't make math enjoyable. In Java, variables function similarly yet also differently. Variables in Java are objects that represent certain values, like X represents sleep number. Now, you may be asking, how does one create said variable? Well, it's extremely simple. Just type in any data type, primitive or wrapper class, followed by a name. Bam, you now have a variable called sus, and it's of type int, meaning it can contain a whole number. If you want to go a step beyond that, you can assign a value to your variable by adding an equal sign and then a value. Wow. Another side note here, make sure to end each line with a semicolon if no curly brackets are needed. I forgot to mention that in a previous video. For example, let's edit this Hello World code from a couple videos ago and make it classy. We will do that by creating a variable called message with a value of hello world and then printing our message. Let's just replace our hard-coded message or string here with our variable called message. Let's save and you will see that. Oh wait.
A few moments later.
Alright, I'm back and you see that we ran our program and it printed hello world, which was our message. Now, if I were to copy and paste and update the value of message to be something like, let's say, goodbye world. No, that sounds goodbye cruel world. Sorry for the spelling. There, and we will still print out message. The only difference is that we're updating the value of message in between our prints. You'll see that it prints hello world and then goodbye cruel world. Although goodbye cruel world seems a bit morbid, so let's change it to hello again world. And yeah, let's save, let's print, and there, hello world and hello again world. And that's variables. Okay guys, that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. In summary, we have data types and variables. Data types are types of data that we can use throughout Java coding. We have parameters and wrappers, and we also have variables, which are words that can represent different values. As always, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.